Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with another trailer from SDCC, of course, Top Gun Maverick. I'll be honest, it has been several years since I've actually seen Top Gun. I recall some of the characters, Iceman, Maverick, but yeah, I vaguely remember the storyline, but it's been several years since I've seen it. So this is one that caught me by surprise. I did hear that there were, rumors that this was being done, but I didn't imagine they were so far in production that they were able to produce a trailer, already. Um, and I mean, from what I understand, the general idea behind this is going to be old versus new, and old fighter pilots, and more modern, aviation tools and technologies now. Um, so it initially I was a bit skeptical going in. Um, if only because this current trajectory that Hollywood seems to be now on in terms of doing reboots and sequels to properties that should be, they're great on their own and they're fine, as not every film needs a sequel and not every film needs to be rebooted. But this gives me some hope because of the plot so far, at least what we know so far. And Terminator Dark Fate to an extent, because they decided to go in a completely different direction with it, and that intrigues me. I would prefer that they do something new, and not rely on nostalgia, but that is where we are now. So at least I'm intrigued, not completely sold on seeing this just yet, but intrigued enough to see the trailer and to formulate an opinion on it. Um, I have not seen Val Kilmer in film for in any recent projects. I haven't, so I'm one of the things I'm most looking forward to in this trailer is seeing him. Of course, Tom Cruise has been, he's everywhere, running all over the place. But Val Kilmer, I'm looking forward to seeing him on the screen again. It's been a while, so I'm intrigued enough to check it out. So let's see what the trailer has to offer.
30 plus years of service. Combat medals, citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years. Yet you can't get a promotion, you won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be at least a 2-star admiral by now.
Why
Yeah, here
aren't
you
you?
are.
He loves
Captain.
doing what he does.
What is that?
Doesn't want to sit behind a desk.
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
It does say Maverick, so maybe we'll just focus on him, but it would be nice if I saw the goal.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Alright, so there we have it, our trailer for Top Gun Maverick. Visually, it looks stunning. It looks fantastic. Tom Cruise, of course, looks fantastic himself. Dude doesn't age at all, right? No Iceman though, no Iceman, and so I did see a shot in the trailer where Pete's he's at a funeral or something like that. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm wondering if maybe Val's character dies in the film, and that spurs him on to continue to do what he loves, right? I'll be honest, that would detract my joy from it somewhat, because the banter between the two was one of the things I enjoyed the most about the very first film. But I can understand them maybe not wanting to retread, storylines that they've already explored. Um, so it doesn't appear. I imagine if Val was in this, they would have shown him. So it doesn't appear as though he's in it. I could be wrong, and maybe they're saving that for a later date, and they just didn't include those scenes in the trailer. But for a release at Comic Con, I think they would have done that. So I'm guessing he's not in it. Outside of that, I mean, they touched a little bit on the general saying to him that your kind is becoming irrelevant, and so alluding to the fact that drones are beginning to replace pilots now. And interesting enough, because I've been playing Ace Combat 7, right, recently. I haven't played it in a few weeks, but it's one of the few flight simulation games that I do enjoy, if you can consider it a flight simulation game. But I enjoyed the hell out of that game, and that's one of the reasons why I'm intrigued by this, because I love that, right? So if we get to see a lot of dogfights and stuff like that, that might be enough to get me on board, right? Of course, it is titled Top Gun Maverick, so it does seem as though the focus is going to be strictly on Maverick himself, and him, learning to cope with the changes, right? Because as the general pointed out, he's been in business for years. He's had opportunities to rise through the ranks, and he hasn't. Is that by choice, or because he's still as reckless as he's always been? But I imagine it's a situation where he doesn't feel comfortable behind a desk. It's one of those cases where, okay, I do what I love, and what I love to do is be out there in the field, in the skies, and not behind a desk shouting out orders to someone else, right? So that seems to be the basis of the story, and I like that. I like it, and I'm at least intrigued. I still need to see at least one or two more trailers before I can say I'm all in. But for the moment, I like what I see. I like the direction that they're going with it, and if the drone, I can see the dogfights being absolutely mad in this if it's done right. So that's something that would definitely get me to sit my butt in a theater and watch this movie. So I'm excited to see more. So looking forward to seeing the next trailer and what else is revealed here. All right, so be sure to post down below, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on this trailer. Are you a fan of Top Gun in the first place? Did you see the original? What are your thoughts on this one and the story and the current story where they're planning on taking it? Because I imagine if this does well enough, there will be a third, especially with Tom being at the helm, right? All right, so hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.